allowed to attend on public property if they think the wrong thoughts or know someone who thinks the wrong thoughts?
It's not just divisive, but I think that it's summed up when we say that we don't want to be associated with organizations that promote homophobia or other expressions of hate. And I certainly feel that that's what Chick-fil-A does, and it's an unfortunate situation when the city of Nanaimo becomes affiliated with them.
We will not accept acts of hate, and it's even within our Charter of Rights and Freedoms as well that hate speech is not permitted. And
we won't accept if a criminal organization wants to come into our community and set up and have a podcast. So I just say this one, so I hate to be it that way, but I find this almost to be a criminal point of view in this day and age.
Criminal point of view. To be a strong Christian is almost like being part of the Hells Angels or the Mafia. And so they ripped up a business contract. But what's even worse about it is that they're so open about their motivations. They don't like the Christian viewpoints, and they're destroying freedom of religion, freedom of the press. Remember, it was the Nanaimo Daily News that sponsored this too. Ordinary Nanaimoites bought tickets for $60 each to go and attend. Without notice to them, they were condemned as hate mongers, and their event was torn up. Well, I am seething mad, but I want to be calm, cool, and collected about this. And I want to fight back in a way that actually makes a difference, not just shouting into the air. And you know me, I am friends with one of Canada's greatest defenders of our fundamental freedoms. I'm talking about John Carpay, the president of the Justice Center for Constitutional Freedoms, who joins us with more from Calgary. John, thank God you're here. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for inviting me.
Now, you have reviewed the 20-minute video, which, I mean, to me, that's like a surveillance camera at a crime scene. Although, unlike them, I will not call them criminals like they called these Christians. I will say, though, it is proof of illegal, unconstitutional discrimination. Would you agree with my legal assessment that what they have done is a violation of freedom of religion, freedom of assembly, freedom of association, and frankly, because the Nanaimo Daily News was involved, freedom of the press?
This is definitely government abusing its authority, and clearly they're violating the freedom of conscience and religion, freedom of association, and freedom of expression by passing this motion to tear up a contract and making it very clear that anybody who disagrees with the personal opinions of city councillors about sex and marriage is a second-class citizen, because their reasoning is that their own views about sex and marriage are the absolute truth, and anybody who disagrees is hateful, and if you're hateful, you're not entitled to use taxpayer-funded facilities.
But you'll still have to pay the taxes for them, and you'll have to pay the taxes to pay for them. What's so ironic, and it's so tone-deaf, is, I mean, I've shown what this leader cast was about. I mean, it couldn't be more lovey-dovey, feel-good. I've shown who this Dr. Henry Cloud is. He says, love gays. That's his order to his fellow Christians. Go and love gays. So who are the haters here? It's town council. Who are the divisive ones ripping up contracts and telling people they're not welcome? It's town council. That's a political point, but what's the legal point? How can we bring justice to Nanaimo to overturn the 8 councillors and the mayor? Only one righteous man on that council who voted against us. What can we do to overturn this, John?
Well, the Justice Center's litigation director is currently in discussions with people in Nanaimo, and if there's somebody that is willing to come forward to challenge City Council on this, we don't know exactly, specifically yet, what the exact nature of the court application would be. But if there's somebody that's willing to challenge this, we would certainly be available to provide representation for a person in Nanaimo that wanted to take this on.
So this would be a pastor of a church. This could be someone who bought the $60 ticket for the event.
Somebody who bought a $60 ticket. And
anyone with standing, as we say in the law, right? Anyone who had any connection to this event, if they want a lawyer, you're willing to be the lawyer. Well, I'll go further than that, John. Me, with the support of our viewers, I pledge the first $5,000 towards the legal bills. I don't have that kind of dough myself, but I'm going to raise it for you online, John. That's a promise. On our website, therealbigots.com. therealbigots.com. If you go there right now and click on PayPal, John, I promise you the first $5,000 we raise goes straight to you to help the lawsuit. And folks, if you are someone who is being discriminated against by these bigots, get in touch with me or directly with John. You know my email. It's thesource@sunmedia.ca. I will put you in touch with John, and we will sue to get these bigots, to get them to reverse this decision. We're almost out of time, John. Last word to you.
Well, it's important that people stand up for their rights, because whenever you see a totalitarian country or even internal genocide in a country, it's always done slowly, step by step by step. So people do have to stand up for their rights to preserve our free society. And it's good to see that there are people in Nanaimo that are doing that.
Yeah. Obviously, we're not anywhere near the kind of genocide that you refer to, but we have to fight it wherever we see bigotry. We have to fight it in the first ditch. John, I'm willing to fight it. I know our viewers will help pay your bills at therealbigots.com. And if you were someone in Nanaimo who has had your rights violated, get in touch with me now. thesource@sunmedia.ca, and I'll connect you with John, one of Canada's greatest freedom-fighting lawyers. John, we're out of time. We'll be in touch. We'll follow up with this story. You bet we will. You keep fighting for freedom, my friend.